Hello and welcome to the Untold Stories podcast with me, your host, Cameron. A lot of news has happened. I was sat here recording the episode when all of the European Super League, or the Super League, as I don't think it's officially called the European Super League, got announced. And it's all kicked off. So I did delay the episode. It was meant to come out on Monday. It will now come out as you listen to this on Wednesday morning. Just because I needed a couple of days to get everything together, all of the information is ready for what I was going to say. So, what it is, 12 teams from the three big leagues, we would say. They've all joined together, so you got AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Tottenham and Liverpool all come together. Although, as I am sat here recording this, Chelsea have got the documentation together to now leave the proposal for the European Super League. If it goes ahead, and I know there's meant to be 3 more teams announced, but I'm guessing there'll be 4 now if Chelsea officially leave. If this goes ahead and is a catastrophic failure, what will happen to these teams? Because I personally believe they shouldn't be allowed to play in the Premier League. If it happens now, if it gets announced now and it's all officially confirmed, these teams are happening in August, these are playing now, kick them out now of the Premier League now. Man City don't win the title. It goes to Leicester or West Ham or someone like that, whoever finishes higher in the last 7 games. Kick them out and properly punish them. I know there was rumours that they were going to sue them for around 60 billion euros, which is a possibility. But if it's, as I said, if it's a catastrophic failure, you've got to punish them properly if they want to come back in. They've got to start in National League or League 2, preferably National League, and work their way back up. I know an owner who is unnamed, so I won't make any assumptions on who that is, has said that his team won't, if they are allowed to be kept in the Premier League, they won't try. They will field a weakened team and focus on the Super League as their main priority, which I think is enough reason to kick the team out, or all the teams out. They shouldn't be allowed to fight for a title that they don't care about. They are willing to wipe away, especially your Man United and Liverpool fans. They are willing to wipe away their entire history for the sake of a European MLS, and that just makes absolutely no sense. Who would want to wipe their entire history to play in a tournament that gives you no satisfaction if you win it? Yeah, you're beating Barcelona, Real Madrid, or Man United. It's not. How would you say? It's not an achievement to win a league of 12 teams. And the other thing that confuses me is most of these managers that are in this tournament, I know more than likely it wasn't their decision to be in this tournament, but most of them complain about the travel around Europe for a European night match day. They complain about playing on a Wednesday and a Saturday at lunchtime. So if I know it's not confirmed that they're going to be playing worldwide, but it's more than likely you're going to be playing worldwide. What happens if they're in New York on Monday night and in Qatar on Thursday night? So he said, just because the prize money is a little bit better, well, a lot better, it means it's perfectly fine to do that. I know as of the 20th, Jordan Henderson has allegedly got all of the Premier League captains together in a meeting to discuss all this. Obviously, the Leeds United players wore Earn It shirt in the warm-up last night when they drew against Liverpool. Liverpool player James Milner obviously voiced his frustrations with the entire thing. it's all over the place at the minute, and it is an absolute shambles. The only way I can see it helping football, or not necessarily helping football, but if they move it to, obviously you have the Euros 1 year, then the World Cup 2 years later, in between years where you have nothing in the summer, if they moved it into that gap and had like a summer long Club World Cup, so they don't have the normal Club Cup, they scrap the normal Club World Cup, and they just had this Club World Cup where top 10 nations in the FIFA rankings, their top 2 teams from each league, or from each major league, goes in, fights for this European, or Club World Cup, sorry, not European, then I would have nothing against it, and I think people would watch it. But the fact that it's going to take over the midweek slot of Champions League football and stuff like that is just going to make people want to absolutely boycott it. Do you know? So I can't see what the fuss is of, like, how it's going to work out well, especially in the middle of a pandemic. You know, they're saying it's going to save football, but these clubs are getting millions upon millions to play in this league, and most people over the past year haven't even been able to keep their own jobs. So they're just throwing money, 400 million or over, into this league, and most people can't even, feed their families because of the pandemic. Marcus Rashford tweeted out a picture of Matt Busby's quote, "Football is for the fans," and that was it. That's all he tweeted out. We've seen Gary Neville say he won't. We've seen Gary Lineker say that he won't work on it. We've seen the rants of Gary Neville, Ian Wright, Bruno Fernandes has said, Daniel Podence, Brendan Rodgers, and all these big figures in football are all mentioning that they do not want this to happen. I think it's credit to Chelsea, and I think the protest outside their ground tonight as they're about to play Brighton has definitely had an impact on this. But I can still see it going ahead, Money, especially them big six. Arsenal need the money. They've made over 60 staff redundant, and now they're going to get 400 million or over to play in this stupid tournament that it probably would have meant that they didn't even need to make them 60 staff redundant. And now obviously with financial fair play, where does that come into play? Obviously it's been scrapped for this year. So if the top six, or the big six, are allowed to play in this tournament or league, are they allowed to spend that money how they want? Are they allowed to, take millions and millions and just splash it all on a new team? Are we going to see Mbappe, Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi? I know that's a bit of a stretch, but are we going to see them in the Premier League playing for these 6 teams? I think it is completely unfair on football fans, everyone who has some association to the game. It is complete waste of time, money, and all of the big broadcasters said they aren't going to do it, or they've had no discussions with it. So I don't know how they're going to broadcast it, but I can only see it working if they broadcast it on BBC or ITV. No one will want to pay for this. Everyone will boycott it and should boycott it. Just another quick thing, just as I was literally about to click publish, because I want to get this out as fast as possible, just so nothing's outdated. This has come from TalkSport, saying that Manchester City and Chelsea are set to pull out of the European Super League, while also all 12 clubs are meeting tonight to discuss disbanding the Super League. So this is came on us so fast, and it's leaving so quickly. I don't know what's going to happen. I know a lot of people are going to be happy about that. I'm certainly one that's happy about that. But obviously, as the days goes on, I'm sure we'll find out more by the end of the week, starting next week. So if you want to keep updated, follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description. Share, subscribe to all, follow the podcast. Thank you for listening. If you want to hear more on what I've been saying in this podcast, I will be on the main event podcast, which will be out within the next couple of days as well. This is all about the European Super League. Should be around 45 minutes to an hour long, so I'll definitely have more in-depth conversation about this subject. That will be with myself, Dan, Nathan and Aaron. Dan and Nathan have been on my podcast before. Might even be the last episode, I think. I've recorded so many episodes over the last 2-3 days and had to scrap them all because everything's just went and kicked off. So I think it was the last episode, but as always, thank you for listening and goodbye.